Tobias James Dylan Hayes.
Tobias James Dylan Hayes.
Cheers, Simon Thompson. Check the tash out, you ready?
Tobias Dylan James Hayes.
Cheers.
Oh shit.
Is that just always happen?
Cheers.
Is there no way that... Please keep it for the whole interview.
I can try, okay, I've got to put another one. Got a lot of skill to keep it there.
What, you worried that it would fall off?
Well, it just drips and then it goes down over here, and then if it drips here, I can't tell where it is. It could be there, it could be there, it could be there. And then,
of course,
and then it might drip, and then I should take it off. Well, there you go. Beard's done. I'm done on that now.
Oh, cool. So, I'm Simon Thompson, and this is Tobias James Dylan Hayes, BeatCastTV. What have you been listening to recently?
He didn't prepare me for any of this. 10 Grand is what I've mainly been listening to. Don't know if you know about them, but they're from Iowa, and they've stopped now. They've ceased to exist. The singer died. Yeah.
The singer died. Yeah.
But I remember with my friend Paul, like, a few years back, found this album called "This Is the Way to Rule," and then we listened to that quite a lot, and then I've just kind of always had it on whatever Walkman I had or anything like that since then. And then fairly recently, I got in touch with the drummer online, and was asking about other projects and stuff, and he just pointed me at all these other bands. They do. There's the Romanian members have started a band called Torn Avalanche, and then there's another one, something like the Shadow Government, FT Shadow Government, something. They're brilliant. They're so cool. So yeah, I think they're just like as a sort of like little collective of people. They're really cool. You know, they get some awesome stuff down there.
Anything from Britain or like more recent people that aren't dead?
Yeah. That's just good. But all I've been listening to is Nirvana and 10 Grand. And crap. Probably. Sorry. I have to look on my phone. I can tell you if I look on because I've got like my music on there.
Just the best, I guess.
It's just the stuff I listen to a lot, so I can tell you. So Autolux, oh man, Autolux. I listen to lots of Autolux and some Bob Dylan and Desark. What else has there been? M Warden, Modest Mouse. I've been listening to loads of Modest Mouse, but again, I don't think any of this is from England. PJ Harvey, loads of PJ Harvey. Pygmy Lush. Anyone else on here? The Breeders, loads of the Breeders. The Dead Weather. Have you heard the Dead Weather thing?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I love that. Really into that. It sounds awesome. Jesus and Mary Chain a bit. The Robot Verses, they were a really cool band, but they've split up as well. The Silver State, Warpaint. That's everything I've been listening to. There you go, a full answer.
That is a very full and comprehensive answer. Tell me about your last band that you're in and what's happened and sort of the developments.
Shield Your Eyes. Well, yeah, that was really cool. We were around since about 2006ish, late 2006 or something. We didn't really get very busy until later on. I was in another band called Meet Me in St. Louis, and we kind of that took up most of the time. And then, but after that finished, we concentrated on Shield Your Eyes. It was really cool, and we did a record with Tim from Part Chimp, and that was cool. And then we did another one quite soon after that, and we sort of toured them, took them to Europe and stuff. And then after we recorded the second album, I left because I wanted to do some more studio sort of stuff, and because I wanted to sing in a band again, and we'd done a couple records, and I thought I'm okay with sort of leaving that there. Sort of just wanted to try. I wanted to do some other stuff, and it wasn't looking like I'd have time. So, but yeah, they're still going, and they're amazing. The guy that replaced me on bass is a really, really good bassist, and he plays bass in a band with the drummer from Shield Your Eyes, and they've been a two-piece for ages called Bottlenose Dolphins. So they're like really good at playing together, and they're excellent as well. But yeah, so I kind of left it there, and now just doing a whole bunch of this Shoes and Socks Off stuff, and then trying to get another band started.
Yeah.
To sing and stuff like that.
And with Shoes and Socks, the new album's out, and how do you feel about the new album in comparison to the last two?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of, I'm proud of it. It's really, it's kind of I don't know, it's quite different. I mean the first one it was really easy because I knew exactly what the idea was. You know, just it wasn't even like let's write an album. I just wrote songs, and then I got to like 7. I thought, I need a few more, and I've got an album, so just do that. So then once there were 10 songs, just recorded them with Steph from Shield Your Eyes, just in one day, and then kind of that was that. Kind of didn't think like anything of it really. It was, I mean, I liked it and stuff, but it was never intended to be like, right, let's release it and stuff. I mean, maybe Steph and I would have sort of burned some copies out, I don't know. But yeah, luckily Kev from BSM liked it and wanted to sort of release it. And then yeah, the one after that, it was kind of like, it was cool. I really like it, but it was not really in my control. You know, it was the same album again, the same songs, but with lots of different people playing different parts and things on them. So we're making the songs like, taking them, completely removing them from being acoustic songs. So and as a result, the album's totally varied, and I didn't have much of a say of how it was going to turn out, because lots of different people involved. So the third one was kind of like, it felt completely separate to the other two, and you know, it was kind of nice to have some new songs to work on again. And that line, it's kind of like a mixture of the two, I guess. It's, you know, it's kind of half acoustic sort of bass songs, and then the other two where it had like a band playing them. So yeah, I'm proud of it. It's still, I guess I haven't really listened to it much yet. I've only just sort of finished it and sort of got it done, sort of thing. And I'm proud of it, but I'm halfway through the next album, and I kind of just want to finish that and get that one out. I think the next one's going to be better. I think it'll be much more sort of organic sounding, and there'll be lots of strings and stuff this time. So it'll be cool. Yeah.
When it comes to songwriting, I asked a friend and said like that I was doing the interview, and he said that your song the lyrics sound like well-crafted sound bites.
Sound bites.
Yeah, because like some of the expressions, they're very you can attach to them from the off.
Yeah.
Was that ever intentional, or was it separate song?
It was kind of like I don't know, just whenever I hear something that someone says in conversation or whatever, that just kind of, you know, those kind of soundbite things. I don't know. Whenever I hear one of those, I guess I get my notebook out and write it down, because these little sayings and stuff, you know, I really like, and I write them on my phone and stuff as well. And so I have like in the notebook just tons of totally random, disjointed sayings, sentences, things lines I thought of that at the time they mean nothing or whatever, or sometimes they do mean something. You know, I'll be if you know, if say for example I was going to write a song that something really upset me, I couldn't possibly sit down and write a whole song. I just write a whole bunch of scribbles and lines and whatever, and then later on go back to it when I'm sort of not feeling so like, you know, in it, and then I can use this sort of like the bare bones of what's there, and construct lines and rhythms and whatever from there. And then I can go back over the other lists of words and little things that I've jotted down, and some of them fit, some of them don't, and just kind of piecing it all together really. So.
But then, how do you piece it together for that final product? So it all is it to one theme? See what I mean?
Well, you mean lyrically?
Yeah.
yeah. It'll like there'll be, I guess, sort of, as I'm collecting all these different lines and whatever together, normally there's not really anything in mind, but then when I start to write a song or whatever, there'll be the bare bones of something, and then I'll sort of like as I can sort of like start piecing that together, it just takes a form, you know. I'll know what the song's about, and so I can make things fit, you know. Like there'll be a line and go, oh wow, that just fits really well because of what the song's about, or whatever. And sometimes it doesn't work so well. I use that for a different song, you know. So yeah, it's like as long as it's really clear in my head what the song's about, then I can sort of like take lines and things from whatever. And
I can't really do this interview without talking about me being St. Louis. I think
it's going to take a big glow.
Do you ever listen? Are you listening to music at the moment? Stuff that, and then you think someone's been listening to Swings and Variations. Do you know? Someone's been listening to me in St. Louis, and you think, you know?
I don't know. Well, not really. Just I don't know. Someone, Matt, who's been driving us around, he pointed. I think it was him. He pointed that out the other day. He said there's some band that sounds like they listen to that, but I don't know. I think the kind of stuff we were doing, it's kind of. There were lots of people doing that kind of thing. I think, you know, it's just part of a time, you know, part of a trend and stuff, I guess. So I think there were lots of bands that were influencing people, really.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. It was just kind of, we were just another one of those bands that were reinforcing that whole sort of time signature-y thing, you know, choppy and changey stuff. But
is it something that you're still interested in? As like a
yeah, I mean, if it's done right, yeah, I mean. I never really liked it if it was just for the sake of it. I like when we first started. I remember the thing I was really interested in. I liked it when there'd be like it would trying to be quite smart with it. Like there'd be a section of music that you could completely nod along with, and it would flow into this other section where you could still nod along, but your nod would be shifted into a weird place or whatever. And I was really interested in that. That kind of thing, you know, where you sort of found yourself dancing or moving to the music, but the music kind of moving around, you know, and it's kind of like the ones moving or the beats moving, and you're still managing to sort of dance to it. And I really liked, you know, that side of it. I was really excited about that, and so yeah, whenever I hear stuff like that, still, you know, I really like it. But as a rule, I don't know. I don't really listen to much sort of particularly technical music or anything like that. Just more into just loud stuff, really, you know. But yeah, I don't know.
How is it being a musician that's almost constantly referred to that? I mean, like, do you want to distance yourself from it?
Oh no, I don't mind. I'm proud of it. Like at the time when we did sort of split, then I guess, I don't know, it's all a bit more sensitive or whatever now. But I you know. I don't listen to the album, but every now and again a song comes on and I sort of listen to it and go, oh cool, you know. I'm proud of it. Like it was an awesome time in my life. You know, we had a really cool time. We met some amazing people, and I'm glad we did that record. And you know, I am really proud of it. I don't really want to distance myself or anything like that. It's just quite funny. This sort of it's just thinking back. You know, since that album came out. I think I've released 5 other albums in various projects or whatever, and it's not that I expect everyone to pay as much attention to those other ones as that one, but it's like, you know, for me, I've just thought about so many different other things since then. It's like sometimes it's quite funny, you know.
Yeah.
That's all it is, really. But yeah, no, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it, and it was a cool thing to have done. I feel lucky.
Earlier we were talking about being a musician in Britain rather than being a musician in Europe.
Yeah.
Would it be better to move to Poland?
Well, I went on a camping trip with some friends in the summer, and we went to Berlin, and we ended up staying there for, I don't know, over a week or something. Considering we were meant to be moving the whole time, we ended up staying in Berlin for ages. And it just seemed like the best place. Just all the different plays I played in Europe, it just seemed like music and arts and things were supported by like the government and people generally. They wanted to come to shows, they wanted to see music and pay for it, and it was like something that it meant something. You know, it was a valued part of culture, and I guess. When you're out there and you compare it to here, it's just like, man, it's just not like this. You know, most bands I know have to struggle to you know, find a way to pay rent and, make sure they can still tour and blah, blah, blah. Which, I don't know, it's fair enough, I guess. It's not like musicians or artists or any more special than anyone else, but it's just when you go and experience it in other countries and stuff, and it actually does feel like you're doing something that's important or valued. It's an amazing feeling, you know. So yeah, that's something that we definitely noticed. And with Berlin, it was the other thing that made it even more special was that you could to actually live out there was so cheap. You know, like the rent and just food and whatever, it was so manageable, and it kind of meant that, you know, gives you so much more freedom to tour and to play and concentrate on being creative and making things, because you didn't have to sweat all the time about making sure that you were going to pay your rent and all that stuff. And then also with Berlin, like geographically, it's just like perfect for touring. You could just do a massive loop, go all around Europe, up into England and back to Berlin again, and it's just so cool. But yeah, I don't know if that'll ever happen. Be cool.
What change would you make to the British music industry if you could then?
I don't know.
To aid musicians? I
don't know. I don't mean maybe I don't know if it's the music industry. I think it's. I don't really. I don't like have ways of making it better. No. I think it is the main thing. I think is that the thing I noticed is that there are bands that we met in Europe that actually were supported. Not in any major way, but they were helped by like, you know, the government and stuff. They actually had funding, whereas like a lot of musicians and stuff in England will go and claim job seekers allowance because that means they can just get some money to pay the rent. There were bands that I know in Europe that don't have to go and lie, pretend they're looking for work. They just say they're a band and they get help. They have to like make sure they perform a certain amount of gigs a year or whatever, and they get financial assistance, and it's literally just seems to be valued more in other countries, you know. And when you find out about this, you know, being a British band, and you go like, what? you just get money? And it's like, yeah, we just have to play over like 45 gigs a year or something. I'm like, 45 a year? Is that it? Are you joking? Like, you know, but that's what happens. And I mean, I don't know all the details and stuff, and, you know, but it just seems like bands are supported and it's valued, and it's not just bands, it's artists, like, you know, any creative people, you know, it's a valued part of culture, it seems, in most places more than here.
You see most people, like, if you like hit a certain age and then they're like, well, I can't afford to do this like, forever. And if you
it's totally unsustainable. It's I mean, there are ways of making it easier, you know. You just you know, share one-bedroom flats with lots of people and don't drink and things, you know. There are ways of making it easier, but it's kind of tricky, I guess.
It's fun, though.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. You know, it's cool. And also, there's a lot to be said for living in England, having to. I don't want to say struggle, because, you know, you are choosing to do this, but having to struggle a bit for food and for managing your money, whatever. I think there is a certain amount of satisfaction in pulling that off. You know, especially if you're in a band working with people together. It's a cool feeling if everyone's sort of doing what they can to make it work, and it is quite hard, you know, and it ends up being quite satisfying, you know, if you know you've clubbed together and you've done little bits here and then, you've got enough money to make this record, so then you go and do it and you spend like what is a lot of money, but you've written it off in your head because you're going to do it for this, you know. It's like, that is quite satisfying.
Having that project, like that goal that you're
yeah, and everyone's going for it, so it's like, it's this joint thing. So when you actually get it, you're like, fuck yeah, we did it, man. This is it, awesome. You know, that's a cool feeling. Yeah, I think we had that after the first Shield Device record. I remember just being so pleased, like just getting the CD and all the photos on it were taken by a friend of ours called Matt Williams, and he's a really good photographer. And so we just like, it was a really good feeling of like, well, we did it. Everyone pulled together all the money they could, and got Matt's photos in there, and it sounds awesome, and like, yeah, you know. So it's satisfying.
It's not about just the band. There's so many people like behind the scenes that are
totally.
I guess everyone feels part of it as well, and they want to be like on that successful.
Yeah, completely. That was kind of like the idea with that second Shoes and Socks Off album. I like the idea of involving lots of people, so that when it comes out, it's not just me going, all right, you know, it's lots of friends and anyone else is involved. You know, I really like the idea of involving people in releases. You know, just kind of, I don't know. There's so many people that are like extremely talented photographers or artists or poets or whatever, you know, and I wanted to like for some of them I started trying to put like you got the music on the CD and you put the CD in the computer and there's like all the lyrics and there's a text file. So I really like the idea of getting lots of data on there as well, and you could have tons of stuff on there. There's so much space on there. So like I love the idea of just getting anyone that wants to be in any way associated with the project, just like sending photos or paintings or whatever as digital files and then putting them on the CD, and just so there's a whole bunch of stuff. You know,
it's a really lovely idea.
I just think it's cool. Like, you know, it's for anyone that cares or is paying attention, it could, you know, it's quite satisfying, really.
Yeah. And it's just a way that sort of more creative people can see like good creative stuff, stuff that you appreciate.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, and it kind of ties in with the touring and whatever. There's like a whole community. I mean, especially, I've only really toured a lot in England, and so there's a whole community of people all over the country who are geographically, like, you know, completely separated, but every now and again there's events where, you know, everyone's together and it's like they're from all over the country, but everyone's together. We all know each other from touring or whatever, and so you meet these people from all over the place, and so it's really, I've always liked the idea of involving all people from all over the place with their art or whatever, and that was kind of like the idea behind putting stuff on CD and that, because you meet people from all over, and everyone's got these cool little talents. Everyone's like really good at drawing, you know, specific things or making little noises. You know, there's a whole bunch of people wanted to do remixes of Shoes and Socks Off songs. I was like, yeah, just go nuts, do whatever you want, and if you want, I'll put it on the CD as like a data file, you know. So, and some of them are like, there's this band called Nick Kofsky, and the drummer, they're an incredible band. The drummer has done this drone version of one of my songs, and it's completely unrecognisable. I don't know I can't even remember what song it is. It's just like, it's about 7 minutes. It's this is amazing. I don't know how you did this, but like, you know, that kind of thing. Just you mean
slow down.
Yeah. But there's people all over the country, and that are really, really talented, and just like the idea of involving lots of people that you reckon are cool, you know, on release, and bring it all together. That's cool.
I guess we should probably finish with a silly question. Pros and cons of them having a beard. I gave it a go, but I just found it really itchy.
Yeah, you got to get past that. That's the key bit. I originally just thought, I don't really like shaving. It's a lot of money. Fuck it. And so yeah, I started growing a beard, and I kind of wanted a beard anyway. I knew that I could. I knew that I'd be able to.
Real man. Well.
And then the first one I started ended up growing it for charity, or for Help the Aged. And but yeah, I was really into the idea, and it means I don't have to think about shaving, and it was cool. And I like the feeling, and it really does keep your face warm in the winter. It genuinely does, and you don't notice it till you cut it all off and go, ah! But cons, there's plenty of cons as well, man. Like, you have, when I wash my hair, I just use water, but you have to shampoo this, and if you can condition it, it makes your life a lot easier. And
but then is that cost? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, just a bit of a, like, you know, now I've got to have conditioner, like, what? To grow a beard? Like, but it makes my life so much easier when I, you know, like the day before yesterday, I can't remember where we were, but we were in someone's bathroom and I saw their conditioner. I was like, oh, brilliant. It helps so much, just because it doesn't get all knotty and tight. And eating burgers or sandwiches, Guinness, it's a nightmare, like, get stuff all caught in it. But yeah, I'm quite conscious of it when I'm eating, because it's pretty gross when you see someone with a beard and they've got a bit of food here, a chicken or something.
You need like a little mirror and a little hat.
Well, I just kind of, you know, give it a good wipe, and I try and wash my face after I've eaten, because you know, it's pretty gross.
Have you ever picked any bit of food out like a little bit too late?
No, I'm on it.
Because you're on camera.
I've got it sorted. No, seriously, I'm on it. Like, it's good to have baby wipes.
All right, okay, cool. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice.
Cool.
Handshake. Oh,
cheers, buddy.
Cheers, buddy.
Creepy bastard.